Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. I can't move my face that much to give a very expressive good morning because it's cracking the face mask and it's such a funny sensation. So welcome back to the Cotswolds. I got back home yesterday at around midday. Got back home. I think it's because I've covered my eyebrows, which I don't normally do, that I look very, very peculiar. I've put on the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 rescue mask, which is just my absolute go-to when my skin needs resetting. So yeah, got back home, landed around 10, got back to the house at about 12:30 yesterday. It is actually a really, really nice few days. So yesterday afternoon, just sat outside in the sunshine, caught up with Charlie, and then I treated myself to a massage. I booked for somebody to come over here and I had a 90-minute massage, which was such a treat. Even though I was able to sleep a fair bit on the airplane, I still felt quite sore. So I thought that that would be just what my body needed. My top best things that you can do to reset from travel are to get outside into the fresh air as much as possible, move your body as much as possible, whether that's a lovely walk or a little bit of yoga, just like we did when we got to California. Went for a nice walk, and then some kind of massage to get things moving. And it can just be yourself with a gua sha stone, or even just like with some body oil. But I thought I'm gonna really treat myself, and I also just used loads of well, I drank loads of water and used my Ancient and Brave electrolytes, my true hydration, to really try to rehydrate the body. So jet lag wise, I was awake between 2 and 3 a.m. this morning, but then went back to sleep and woke up at 6:30. So feeling pretty good. I've done my usual Tuesday morning routine of Pilates. And on the way, I'll pop them on the screen here, I had to pull over and stop because here at the house, it looks like a misty, cloudy morning. But as I was driving, I went up and over the hill and suddenly I came above the clouds and it was so beautiful, the most gorgeous sunrise. So I'll show you those clips now. I thought it looked so dramatic with the hay bales in the middle of the field. And again, I'll pop some clips on the screen here. I also just thought it would look cool to do a drone flight. So I flew the drone from the house, and sometimes because I know the area, I don't wait for the home point to set before I fly it away. That was a big mistake this morning because when I was up over the clouds, I had no clue where I was. So I was just like looking around thinking, oh, this is so cool, I can like see just the tips of the hills. And then I was like, right, I better go home now. I can't see a thing. I have no idea where to fly this drone. So I did get a little bit stressed and just kind of like gradually came under the clouds. Nope, don't recognize that house. Okay, fly somewhere else, came down. Oh, no, don't know where I am. So that was a little bit discombobulating. If you've got a drone, don't fly it through cloud. That would be my top tip. But anyway, I'm really happy to be home. I think the weather's looking really good for the next couple of days. I'm going to make myself a breakfast smoothie in a second with my sea moss gel that I brought home from Erewhon. So I'll show you that if I've got all the ingredients that I need. I might order the ingredients to literally make the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 smoothie. I know it's the most basic thing in the world, but I enjoy those simple pleasures. And yeah, it's good to be home. I'll show you everything that I bought in the US and a little bit of my routine getting back into the swing of things. But first, I need to de-crunch my face. This mask is honestly amazing. It's hydrating, but also very, very purifying. And in the bathrooms at Bamford, after my Pilates, I noticed that my skin on my chin was so congested. So hopefully this will do the trick. Okay, my darlings, I'm gonna make my morning smoothie. I don't have anywhere near, bless you, I don't have anywhere near the right ingredients to make the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 smoothie. So this is going to be not even my interpretation of it, just something, a smoothie with a few similar ingredients to the Erewhon 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 smoothie, but I will actually buy some more of the ingredients tomorrow so we can try and recreate it. The Erewhon one has avocado in it for creaminess. Well, I have courgette for creaminess, so I'm going to add in, and you know what, my courgettes need eating up. I'm going to add in a chunk of courgette. The Erewhon has organic strawberries. Ooh, I have got some in the garden. I'm gonna go and get some. And organic banana, which I do have. They literally put all the ingredients on the website, so it's not too much of a surprise. Organic dates, which I do have. 3 dates. Vanilla collagen. Collagen powder from Ancient and Brave. Vanilla stevia. I don't think this is gonna need stevia. The one from Erewhon was very sweet. I'm trying to clear out our freezer, and I've got lots of these smoothie pouches from All Plants, and this does contain vanilla protein powder and organic strawberries, so I thought I would add this in. It's also got some almonds, but other than that, it's kind of similar. Organic coconut cream I don't have, so I'm just gonna add in some yogurt for creaminess. This is the River Cottage Organic Natural Yogurt. Such a good one. Organic maple syrup. Of course, they don't put the quantities on the website, so I'm sure someone's figured it out online. Maple syrup. My normal morning smoothie is obviously much healthier than this, but this is just a little bit of fun to try it out. And then sea moss. Now this is an ingredient that I have never put in my smoothies before because I've not found a UK one that seems to be amazing. But if you guys have found one, then please let me know. Obviously I brought this one back with me. It's the cosmic berry flavour. I actually have no idea what it tastes like. It says on the back that it's Irish sea moss, so hopefully we can get it here in the UK. We're a lot closer to Ireland where I live here than they are in the States. Let's try it. Sea moss is a really strong antioxidant. Ooh. Oh. That is so weird. It's like berry flavoured seaweed. I'm gonna add in a dollop of that. It looks like jam. Would it be weird to say I can almost like taste collagen in it? I don't think it has collagen in it, but there we go. And then sea moss, coconut cream, and organic strawberry glaze. I don't have strawberry glaze. I could probably make some, but I don't have time today. Ooh, almond milk. Okay, let's blend it up. Okay, it is nothing like the Erewhon one, but it is very delicious. Nice to have something a little bit different. And it does taste like it's going to be very filling, but I will try and get some of the other ingredients. There's only a few that I don't have, and we can try it properly. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I might try and do their macaron one as well, because that was actually my favourite.
So first shot, come all the way through, I'll do a one, then we'll redo and I'll get you to do little bits. And when you're ready.
Hello again. So for the first time in 5 or 6 shoots, we finally have a sunny day for shooting with Jake. So we're out in the fields getting some nice kind of end of summer, early autumn content. It just looks so much better when the sun is shining. So we're making the most of it. I'm going to try and get as much footage for the Instagram and also for the vlog while it's lovely and sunny. This is a really beautiful corner that we often come up to on our dog walks, so just picked a few blackberries for some blackberry recipes, and perfect timing, Farmer Mark has come out and he is drilling the fields. Is he drilling? I think actually he's just ploughing after the wheat has been cut, or the barley. So we've got some nice shots of tractors in the background. I've got a full Holland Cooper outfit on. This lovely gilet, which has got such a flattering, almost like elasticated side panel. This belt, which has got really nice cord detail, and I'm going to be living in this jumper with the green knit, and it's not itchy in the slightest. Lovely long zip and the button detail. Trousers and boots, literally head to toe Holland Cooper. And next we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to shoot a little bit more over at lovely Cornwell Manor. So you can see the tracks that have been ploughed up. He's just churning over the top of the soil where it's a little bit drier. And I guess next he'll drill something that will sit in the ground over winter. Or maybe he just needs to churn it over so that the wheat or the barley stems start to compost ready for next year. I don't don't know. If he stops, I'll ask him. I'm always intrigued to know what the farmers are doing, because it's always a little bit of a sign as to what I should be doing in my garden. Okay, we are back home. I'm just putting together some outfits to shoot either here or out and about while Charlie and Jake get our September late summer, early autumn gardening jobs video shot. This is a nice t-shirt from the high street actually. It's a really good thickness. Again, if you want to just still keep a little bit of skin exposed, but you're ready for autumn. And then whereas I'm not so good at styling jeans, I quite like the look of denim skirts. This one's got quite a high slit, so it's actually easy to walk in, and yet when you're stood still, and most of the time to be honest, you don't actually see the slit, which I quite like. I've just got my socks on at the moment, but I will probably style for the photos with these boots. But I have brought you up in here because, do you remember before I went to California, I kept banging on about this bag that I was hoping was going to arrive. It arrived as I was taking off pretty much. So I thought that we could unbox it together because hopefully I'll get some gorgeous photos with it this afternoon. And it's literally going to be my handbag for the entirety of autumn, hopefully. Let's hope it's perfect. So let's unbox together. Okay, so what else did I order? Probably something for California. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, this is gorgeous. This I'm definitely going to shoot today, even though it's quite warm. It's just actually a little bit too warm to be shooting the amount of autumnal stuff that I want to be doing today, but I thought this was just adorable. So it is a reversible gilet from Isabel Marant. You can wear it, is it reversible? Yeah, it actually is. So you can wear it plain way round or patterned way round. I love a gilet and I love a cozy, this is kind of, what do they call it? 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝑴𝒆, is that the word? Where it's like a little bit westerny. Often you see like stars and zigzags, inertia. I don't know, I'll pop the word on the screen here, that you can sometimes search on websites and it brings up things with this kind of vibe. Does it say that word anywhere? I'm not sure. Inertia? Hopefully I've not gone mad and that is actually a way of describing things like this. I definitely need to research. But yeah, it won't go with what I'm wearing right now, but I cannot wait to find a few ways of styling this. And the next thing in here, this is what I have been waiting for. I don't know if this bag is still in stock or if it's sold out. I imagine it's going to be very popular. Given, hopefully you watched my 10 most wearable trends for the autumn season. You'll remember, if you did, that the number one is suede. Everyone is obsessed with suede this year. So, and it's one of those trends that comes back year after year, so I'm not averse to investing in it. Yay! Oh my gosh, it's such a nice colour. I thought it was going to be more orangey. Oh wow, that is heavenly. So it is Saint Laurent 𝑦𝒊𝒏𝒅. You've got two big shoulder straps. Oh my god, I love it already. A slouchy bag is very much on trend this year, as opposed to more structured. You can just tuck the bottom of the L of 𝑦𝒊𝒏𝒅 in there to complete the closure, or you can just flop it over, depends what you want. I love a roomy bag. I love a bag that I can fit all of my stuff in. I often carry around a camera, my laptop, so much stuff. So here it is without the straps on it. What do we think? Oh my gosh. My first thought is I need to cover this in liquid proof, because can you imagine if you got this damaged? You need it to stay absolutely perfect, and liquid proof is your best friend for anything suede. I think I even mentioned that in the trends video. The straps are suede on one side and then smooth leather on the other. I love how big it is, and I love how loose and floppy it is. It feels very practical but very on trend at the same time. I think I'm in love. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Will I ever bother? I mean, it is quite easy, I guess, to put the bottom of the L in there just to have a little bit of a latch closure. Isn't it gorgeous? I absolutely love it. Let me know what you think down below. It is obviously quite an investment, so I need to be sure I'm going to get a ton of wear out of this. On the inside, you've got that smooth leather, and you've got a zippy pocket, and then just a couple of the like ribbons. Oh, so I wonder if it's meant to be so that you can wear it as a different shape as well. So you could tie these two internal bits together. Oh, that's fun. And then it makes it into a smaller bag. Okay, that's actually a really good idea. Just by tying in the two notches in the middle, it makes it like half the size. That's really clever. 2 bags for the price of 1, you could say. I mean, that's a really good size for like an everyday handbag, whereas the bigger one is great if you do, like me, carry just a ton of stuff with you everywhere. So there we go. What do we think? Let me know. We're gonna head to Cornwell Manor now. I'll show you a few little snippets behind the scenes of shooting. You might be able to guess what we are shooting while we're there. It is such a gorgeous place. Can't wait to see what the garden's looking like at this time of year. So let's hit the road. The weather today is absolutely crazy. It's truly glorious outside. Charlie is working outside topless, sunbathing, while he catches up on his emails. I'm not gonna lie, there is nothing I would love more than to be in a little strappy dress doing the gardening on what is possibly one of the last warm days of the year. But we're gonna get these shots done. Heading over to Cornwell now. I have popped on this gorgeous little polka dot blouse. It is so sweet, and 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 trousers, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 belts. At this point, I don't think you'll be surprised when you see what we're shooting. It's really exciting. And I've got some little road trip snacks with me. These 𝑑ailsford dark chocolate almond butter balls came all the way to the US with me, but I didn't eat them while we were out there because I had plenty of things to eat that I bought while there. So hopefully they're still in date. They're a little bit battered, but they should be delicious. So I'm just waiting for Jake to pack up his camera bits, and then we're gonna hit the road. Okay, we have made it to Cornwell. As you can see, the car is very much my wardrobe for today's photo shoot. This reminds me of when I used to live in London, and I would just completely fill the car with clothes. We even considered at one point renting a van and using that as a changing room, but when the guys at Cornwell are kind enough to let me shoot here, I just want to make the most of it and get as many outfits as possible. So yes, you're on my fabulous little tripod. First look, I've even brought a mirror with me. This is the level of organisation. Last year's 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 brown jeans. We've got the fantastic belt, which I love, which has got this kind of green detail. Sleeveless top, which is perfect for transitional times of year. And then this blazer, which I love. It's got kind of purple shooting through it, and I think it just looks so nice worn over the shoulders. And then this bag, I think I'm just going to be obsessed with this throughout the autumn-winter season. The brown wool herringbone, so beautiful with the leather lining, inside pocket, little clasp to shut it at the top. Such a good size. I don't know if you can see it a little bit better here. I can't really see the screen, it's so bright. But this has been outfit number 1 at Cornwell. Now it's time for look 2. So for this next look, all I've changed is the blouse, and I just want to show you, it's so clever because this one doesn't have buttons down the front. It's actually a zip, which becomes a hidden zip once you do up the bow. Such a beautiful design. Multitasking here, Jake. Yay! Oh no!
And I've slipped here inside this book. My drone has captured everything.
Oh no, that's Jake's outtake from a wedding drone shot. Oh dear. Okay, we've just finished. Ooh, that is so bright. We've just finished shooting 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. This was the last outfit, sticking with the same trousers and belt combo. I just love this belt so much. I think it's a really nice, quite utilitarian style one. And then this knit, yes, I am roasting. It's got elbow patches, although my arms are maybe a little bit long because it's a little bit higher than my elbow. And then the iconic buttons, but this time in this woody finish, which I really like. So yeah, we are done with 𝑭𝒂𝒐. I did bring half of my autumn wardrobe with me, as I said, to just make the most of having Jake here on a sunny day at Cornwell, because most shoot days we have really bad luck and it's cloudy and rainy, so we are absolutely maximizing this beautiful location and beautiful weather. So now I'm going to pop on some outfits that I've already filmed for my 30 days of autumn outfits challenge, but it'd be nice to have some proper photos that we can share on the blog. Okay, next lovely outfit, and I'm pretty sure I have shown you this one before I went to California. I think this is probably my favorite outfit of the autumn season. It's just two really beautiful pieces. I'm gonna see how it looks with my new handbag. I think that could look rather fab. The only downside, and this really highlights how amazing the 𝑭𝒂𝒂 blouse is that I have to individually do up every single button. And if you've been blackberry picking in the morning like I have, and even though I've washed my hands a few times, oh, that is so annoying. I bet you guys were watching me do that, like, no! Yeah, I am a little bit concerned that I could be getting blackberry on these pristine white buttons. It takes about 5 minutes to get into and out of this blouse, so we'll get there eventually. Have to individually do all of these buttons, Jake. It takes about 9 years. And I've got blackberry on my fingers, so I'm trying. I've washed my hands about 3 times, but look, it's all under my nails. It's horrible. But I think the blouse has survived.
Take a couple steps towards me, just as a bit more separation. There we go, just there.
Oh my goodness, we have been shooting for about 5 hours. Holy moly, I'm surprised it's not getting dark yet. The sun is so low in the sky, but the lighting has just been perfection, and I'm absolutely exhausted, I'm not gonna lie. That feeling of tying your hair back after a shoot is the best feeling ever, but I think we got some really gorgeous content, so I can't wait to share that with you. Time to head home. I think Charlie's cooking a nice dinner, and then I am gonna have an early night and a little bit of a pamper. Okay, my darlings, I have just double cleansed. That is such a good feeling, removing the day's makeup. And now I'm gonna have just a little bit of a pamper because this arrived while I was in the US and I have been so ridiculously excited to try this. I did actually wear it last night. This is, as I'm sure you might be able to guess, you might recognize, this is from Current Body Skin. It is their Light Therapy Red Light Mask Series 2. So my favorite beauty device of all time, the red light mask from Current Body, they have upgraded it. Perfect timing, because I remember a couple of years ago when I was doing a poll as to what a lot of my friends and a lot of you guys were asking for Christmas gifts. I know we're thinking about Christmas already. The thing that came up the most was a red light mask, and honestly I think they are without doubt the best investment you can make for your skin. You can use all the lotions and potions, all the creams that you want, This makes the biggest difference. Red light, it's used in salons, it's used professionally, you can use it at home. It makes such an incredible impact on the aging effects that your skin shows outwardly, like collagen production, helps your skin to just look glow. I think you can tell when someone is using a red light mask. Even when I was at Freddy's the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, like, her skin is amazing. And then she revealed that she uses her red light mask every single night. I was like, that literally sums it up. It gives you bright, glowing, healthy looking skin. And what this really does is stimulates, it goes into your skin and stimulates the cells to kind of go into repair mode and to produce more collagen. So the anti-aging effects are incredible. Most professional facials will end with red light because anyone that's trained in aesthetics, in dermatology, they understand that red light has such incredible effects, and it literally helps everyone, every skincare concern, because it makes your cells go into repair mode. It just gives you the best skin. So we all know and love red light. Let me tell you what's so epic about this mask. So I have spoken about the original mask many times, and this is series 2. So first of all, okay, well, things that are similar, oops, I've managed to attach it to my shutters. Things that are similar that we still get the benefits from, like last time, the fact that it's made from silicone. When I see these red light masks that are like blocks of plastic, I just think, why would you do that to yourself? They look so uncomfortable. This molds to the shape of your face. The thing with red light is that you need quite a lot of the light bulbs, and you need it to be close to your skin. So the fact that this sits on your skin, the red light is right there, and it's still super comfortable thanks to the flexible silicone design, is so amazing. But now they've added this little under chin strap, because not that the last one didn't fit properly, because it did, but sometimes because of the shape of different people's faces, like my face, it would kind of slant out a little bit, so sometimes I would find myself just holding it down there, whereas this has now got that little bit under the chin, which completely ticks that box and gives it a more snug fit. So no matter your face shape, this now has a more snug fit. You also now have 2 straps. So the previous one had 1, but now, I always think you look so funny. I look even more like Hannibal Lecter. But yeah, I've got my bun in the exact wrong place, but you can essentially like clip it there. And you can tell from the fact that there's 2, it just means that it's a lot sturdier and, again, just more facial coverage. So there's that difference. Also, kind of a small thing, but particularly useful if your dressing gown doesn't have pockets, which is my only gripe with the Soho House dressing gown. I love this dressing gown so much, but it doesn't have pockets. So whereas the old battery pack in the old mask, the original one, it was just a tube, this one has got a clip on it. So I can wear the mask and I can clip the battery pack to my robe, which is a small teeny weeny little change. But if you like to wear your mask and then go about your business, like, I don't know, taking the dogs outside, going to pick your courgettes, or doing the ironing, then it means you can still be completely hands-free, which is amazing. So let me go on the website and check what the actual technical differences are. So we've got red light, near infrared, and then deep near infrared. So these are 3 layers and intensities of red light and near infrared light. And what these 3 layers mean is that it penetrates not only the top layer of your skin, but it goes into the epidermis and gets to the cells underneath the top layer of your skin, which for collagen, that is where it sits. So it's amazing that it penetrates that little bit deeper. On places like TikTok Shop, you get like dupes of so many products, and I am very, what's the word? Suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I'm very suspicious when I see really affordable red light masks, because like you need a certain level of quality in the technology for it to actually work. And I've seen a lot of people talking about these red light pens. In my mind, why just do one small part of your face when you could literally do the whole of your face and be hands-free at the same time? So I absolutely loved the original mask, but all of the amends and the upgrades that they've made just make so much sense. So if you are yet to treat yourself to a red light mask and you are thinking about it, then this is just the ultimate. This is the best one on the market by far. delivers the most incredible results, literally proven to give you amazing results on your skin, and now with an even better fit and even better technology within it. So without further ado, stick it on. My discount code will still work for this as well, you'll be pleased to know. Let me double check. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 current body, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒅. That will get you, sorry, it feels really funny talking with this on. That will get you 10% off. So as you can see, I can literally like go about my day, I can walk around, I could do a workout while wearing this. It does also come with little kind of bobbly bits that sit behind the eyes if you've got really fluttery eyelashes or something and you want it to sit further away from your face, you can do that. I personally don't feel like I need them. You do not need to shut your eyes when you are wearing this, because some people actually say that red light is meant to be really good for your eyes. My eyes are really bad in the dark. Ever since I had laser eye surgery, my eyes in the dark just don't really work. And apparently this is a way that I can help my eyes, like red light. The way that red light works, by making your cells repair and do what they're meant to do, it also works for your cells in your eyeballs. It literally works everywhere. Like when my mum had a sore foot, I put it under my big red light lamp and that really helps with the inflammation. It has so many benefits. A couple of weeks before I went to California, I also showed you that Current Body have got a blue mask, which is red light and blue light. That one you do have to shut your eyes for, because blue light is not good for your eyes. So that one, if I've got a load of blemishes, or I just really want to kind of sterilize my skin, if I'm getting a few underskin bumps, then I'll use the blue light one. I'm very, very grateful to Current Body that I have got now a selection of masks. I can literally pick and choose. But that one I'll lay down, I'll close my eyes, I'll wear the eye covers and just meditate for 15 minutes. But for one that just delivers huge impact and is new and improved, this is the one. You can see how it fits my face so perfectly. I'm getting maximum exposure and it's just brilliant. So there we go. I am now gonna go into the garden, pick some vegetables for tonight's dinner while my mask works its magic. I'm going to get in the habit of doing this every single day, because if it makes my skin glow like Freddie's skin was glowing, I'm sold. And I already know the amazing impacts of them. They are just the best. I took my original one with me to California. They're so easy and light to pack. You can literally just take it everywhere with you. It's amazing. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒏𝒅 for 10% off. There we go. Yay, I'm so excited about this. It's honestly just, it's the best investment that you'll make for your skin. What you spend on this is the same price as certain serums, but this will last you, I mean, maybe not forever, but it'll last you years and years and years and years and will have such a huge impact. So yeah, there we go. Okay, I look hilarious and ridiculous, so I will see you in the morning. I just wanted to show you a couple of products that I use alongside my mask, because I get asked a few questions about like cleaning it, etc. This is what I use to clean it. So it's from a brand called Beauty Kitchen. It's their SOS Skin Shield. It's quite natural, effective, natural, sustainable, kills 99.9% of germs. I swipe a reusable cotton pad. I put some of this on it like as though I'm using a micellar water on a reusable cotton pad, and then I just wipe over the mask. In fact, I'll show you. And then this is a herbal toner with, I think it's got green tea in it. I'm pretty sure it's got green tea in it, from the organic pharmacy. I mist this over my face before using the mask. Apparently green tea somehow boosts the effect of red light. A few different dermatologists have told me that. So I just do a quick mist of this over my face first and then clean the mask with this one. Okay, my 10 minutes is up now. So reusable cotton pad. Solution. So I've just popped a little bit of that on a cotton pad and then I literally just wipe down the mask. So it's nice and clean for next time. Also, really handy, this is USB-C, so it literally charges with the same cable as my iPhone, which is amazing. I probably will need to charge this once every couple of weeks, which is nothing, which is amazing. And then all of these bits live in my bedside table, ready for daily pampering. Good morning, my darlings. It's the next morning. Why do I look grey? Oh my gosh, this lighting is not the one. Normally in here I like to have my mirror illuminated, which gives a slightly nicer light, but we still have a power cut up here in my dressing room, so I have no illumination, and yet the ceiling lights work. I don't know what is going on. Had a great PT session with Laurent this morning. Haven't washed my hair, so it's just looking a little bit floof. But I'm mostly just working from home today. We are going to Soho Farmhouse for dinner, but I'm not gonna do my hair just for Soho Farmhouse. So I wanted to, I'm not gonna do like a full get ready with me, but I wanted to try out some of the bits that I bought in America. So I thought I would share with you what I purchased and giving them a try for the first time. So if you watched the second vlog, the LA vlog, you'll have seen a little mini segment when we were in Sephora. And most of these were Fleur made me buy it things. I do remember her mentioning the Kosas Plump and Juicy Collagen Spray-On Serum in one of her favourites videos on YouTube, and I went to buy it after watching that video, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So when I saw it in Sephora, with Fleur's nod of approval, I decided to get that. So I guess vegan collagen spray-on serum. I do like the sound of that. I guess this kind of links in with the mask that I used last night. Obviously the LED is going to actually make my skin produce its own collagen, which is going to give that plumped out, healthier, juicier looking complexion. But if this can give me a short-term boost, then I'm very happy about that. And then the other skincare thing that I bought was from Milk Makeup. This is their Grip Primer. So I will apply that next. Oh, it's green. Okay. I'll pop a few pumps of this on and then do my usual base. I mean, it's a great name for a primer, because if there's something that you want your primer to do, it's to make your makeup grip to your face. So that is quite clever. So yeah, we'll see how my makeup lasts throughout the day with this on compared to without that. I am going to use my Merit Beauty Minimalist stick. Got a few different colours, so the lighter one I'm putting under my eyes. It's literally like being a child and using paint by numbers, these, they're so good. And then the deeper colour on my chin, on my cheeks, on my nose, and on my forehead. Okay, I have popped a little bit of base on. I'm still looking a little bit grey. I am going to blame the lighting and also maybe just jet lag face. This might actually make me a bit more grey. It's a soft focus liquid bronzer, another Sephora purchase from the US from a brand called 𝑆AIE, S-A-I-E, another of Fleur's recommendations, and it is quite cool toned. My skin, I would say, do you know what, maybe I look grey because I've got purple lips because I've been drinking this. That might be why. Yeah, this was a Fleur recommendation. So I think what I'll do... I'm going to use the Sigma multitasker to blend this in. I think that just makes my skin look dirty. I've never been very good at contouring, mind you. I don't know if that has done anything positive to my skin. I think I need to try it on a day when my skin is less grey. So let's go in with the Old Faithful, my by Terry Sunny Flash, and try and bring some actual life to my complexion. Sometimes I also feel when my hair is in desperate need of a colour like it is now, that there's just nothing you can do to give yourself a really good face day, because your hair really reflects onto your face and makes a big impact on the overall finish. A bit of blush, and then I also bought from Tatcha the Kissu lip tint. This is an SPF 25 lip balm. Really nice packaging. And it's like a peachy pink colour. I'm going to use this Swede lip liner first. Okay, let's give it a go. That is a really nice colour. This light is horrible. I can see now why I was so excited when I got this mirror with the light built into it. I think how much difference that makes. Literally stood in the daylight now and my whole complexion looks completely different. I actually look like I have a soul inside my body. Isn't it amazing the difference that lighting makes? Like sometimes I watch my fellow content creator pals and they're filming makeup ads and they've got like professional studio lighting around them, and it just, obviously the makeup is amazing as well, but it just makes everything look so perfect. I think that is an amazing example. Daylight versus sat in my shady corner. So the bronze doesn't actually look so bad. Obviously I need to just learn how to contour because that is more of a contour product. The lips, such a nice juicy colour. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So those are a few of the bits that I got in Sephora. Did I get anything else in there? Not from Sephora, but I bought this 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 sleeping lip mask from the shop of our first hotel, and lol, you can probably see these in the background. Saw these in CVS and I was like, what is 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅? Apparently you put it in the toilet before you go and it makes the whole bathroom smell amazing. So yeah, I thought I would try that out. How fun. Other beauty-ish bits, I think I showed you in the vlog when we were there. I got this Salt and Stone Santal and Vetiver deodorant. Love that. I'm wearing my honeysuckle, what is it, honeysuckle and something from Wild today, and this smells amazing. Also from the US, I got this mushroom tincture from Erewhon, which has got lots of different benefits, and some Erewhon snacks, which I'm still going through. From Anthropology, trying to find some decent lighting, I got this little selection of hair clips. This is a really good size for me because if I do half up and half down, then that's going to grab just the perfect amount of hair. And I like the colours of those, nice neutrals. Okay, it's actually nearly 3 hours since I last spoke to you. We've just had an epic team meeting. We've got Molly here at the moment, so full Fashion Mumbler team is here at the house. And yeah, we just had an epic meeting about what we're going to be doing over the next few months and going through the responses to the survey. Thousands of you answered our survey questions, for which I'm incredibly grateful. I'm going to chat to you more about that in 2 seconds, but first of all, I just want to finish off what I started 3 hours ago, which was showing you what I bought in America. So I've come down to the kitchen because a few things are down here. I'm not going to go through all of the Erewhon stuff because a lot of it has been eaten. And you saw a kind of Erewhon haul in the LA vlog. So when we were in Laguna Beach, the hotel had the most amazing cafe, and it was free coffee and like really nice matchas, lavender lattes, etc, etc. And I wanted to take them out and about with me on our road trips, so I treated myself to this as a little souvenir. It says Montage Laguna Beach, and it is a Yeti coffee item. I love my ocean bottle coffee mugs, but I stupidly didn't take one with me. This is a lot bigger, so going to be great for those days when I need a lot of caffeine. I could of course put a soup in here as well on like walks and things like that, and it does fit in my coffee car cup holder, which is great. So new coffee cup, probably the most practical of all the purchases. You did also see this in the LA vlog, but I did buy a very overpriced olive green, very dark olive green tote bag from Erewhon, which now I think about it is so cheesy. It's like when you have a brand brandished all over something. It's a bit show-offy, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't love that look, and yet here I am showing off the fact that I've been to probably the most expensive supermarket in the world. Is it a bit weird to take this to 𝑑∆𝒿? Probably, possibly a competitor for them, although different sides of the ocean, so I'm sure it's fine. But regardless, it's a really big, handy sized bag, so it'll fit a lot of stuff in there, which is great. Okay, let's stick with that kind of theme. As I mentioned in, I think, the first California vlog, when we were in Newport Beach in the marina, I came across this brand, and it's called the Flamingo Estate. Unfortunately, you can't actually visit the estate. I really wanted to do that when we're in LA, but it's actually just a brand. Their Instagram is beautiful. It really reminded me, their branding and their vibe was very similar to the Newt, which I would say is my favorite hotel here in the UK. Everything that they do branding wise is so beautiful. I think the Newt, yeah, they do their own products. We've bought food from them in the past. The cruffins that we had a few weeks ago were from the Newt. Anyway, I bought the Wild California native mountain wildflower honey from Flamingo Estate. I wanted to buy their tomato candle because it actually smells better than the 𝑑𝒉𝒆 tomato candle, but I thought, oh, I'll come back for it. And then in actual LA, I didn't come across a shop selling Flamingo Estate, which is very annoying. I know they do have a few stockists in LA, but I didn't come across any. Did I need more honey? No. It was just one of those things where I fell so in love with the brand and the branding that I just wanted to buy into it, which was, I think that's such interesting marketing. When you just love something so much, you just want to buy into it. I feel like a lot of people probably do that when they come to the Cotswolds and come to 𝑑𝒉𝒆. They just want to buy something little, whether it's like one of their small candles or even just a tea towel, just to remember the loveliness of the brand. And that was definitely what happened here. I love honey. I have it in my matcha. I have it in my, not in my smoothies. I have it on yogurt most evenings. So I will definitely get through this. And also, fun fact, honey very rarely goes out of date. They found honey in Cleopatra's tomb, which was still edible. It's incredible. The beekeeping guy at the Silent Hill distillery told us that. So Flamingo Estate is a brand that I now very proudly follow on Instagram. Their website is beautiful. Their entire brand I'm in love with. I'd love to create a Cotswolds version of it one day, and that may have been something that we were brainstorming in our team meeting. But yeah, Flamingo Estate honey. Can't wait to eat that. You did potentially see some of these in my Erewhon haul that I filmed in LA. Walnut and chocolate chip cookies, mushroom tincture I already showed you, superfood goji and cacao power snacks, cacao goji and dates, chocolate berry bites. These I will definitely be trying to create my own version of, so we can check the ingredients of that. This was a really cool looking chocolate brand called Compartes, raspberry rose flavor, donut and coffee flavored chocolate. How cool. And pistachio gelato. They all sound so delicious. So some yummy chocolate. What is in here? Keeper of secrets and sunshine. Oh, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. They just had so many nice hair clips. I know I just showed you some upstairs, but this is another little duo. I think these like wiggly hair clips are really on trend this season. And then I got this smaller one with a pearl in it as well. I did not need any more hair clips, but I bought a million of them. Oh, and then these were the really annoyingly expensive sleep gummies that I got in Erewhon. I didn't realize how much they were until I looked at the itemized receipt. I was very annoyed that I had spent that much money on something that I don't really need. I sleep very well normally, but there we go. Can't return it now. Okay, this is really nice. So this is a vanity brush. It's a hairbrush, a vintage inspired brush perfect for detangling hair of all lengths, made of eco-friendly cellulose acetate. Don't know about that, but it's really beautiful. It looks like pearl and it's pink on this side. I should have got one for Freddie. I really should. Why did I not do that? It was her 30th birthday yesterday. So just a really beautiful hairbrush from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which is gorgeous. And now the final things in here are the kind of like weirdly boring practical things that are great to get when you're in the US. So one of those weirdly boring practical things is Neosporin. It's kind of like, if you're from the UK, it's a bit like Savlon, but times a million. So it's an antiseptic cream that heals cuts, grazes, stings, things like that. And it's super strength. There must be an ingredient in here which is illegal in the UK, but I still buy it. Am I allowed to bring it back to the UK? Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Okay, maximum strength. So I got the maximum strength one. It's called a first aid antibiotic pain relieving cream. So this is the maximum strength one. I bought the CVS version, which was a fraction of the price, but probably made in the same factory. Did you guys know this? So I'm not saying this applies to every drug item, but I had a very good friend in school. His name was, actually maybe I shouldn't say his name. His dad worked for a pharmaceutical company based in Guildford, and they produced Boots and Superdrug own brand paracetamol, and also the like famous brands that sell, I would say it sounds like Nurofen. You know what I mean, like the branded painkillers. And then it also made like the Boots and the Superdrug ones, which are a fraction of the price. And he said that they are the exact same formula, the exact same. So save your money. Don't buy the branded ones, buy the own brand ones. Save yourself a ton of money. I'm sure most people know that. I know that, but I still buy the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 branded ones. I love how cheeky I am sometimes in these videos. I'm like, I know I could get sued by saying this, so I'll just like make it really obvious what I mean and not get sued. If I was American, I definitely would get sued for saying things like that. Anyway, we move on. I still bought the branded version of Neosporin. This is, oh, 2 of the maximum, maximum strength cream and maximum strength ointment. I don't know what the difference is other than the consistency. And then this one is specifically for pain and itch and scarring. So I should have put this on when I did this, for example. Can you see that scar there? That was when I cut my arm on barbed wire when we went to this beautiful place called 𝑪𝒏𝒅 in France, and I was petting some beautiful horses, leant over to stroke one, and then he like whinnied, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I've scared you, so I pulled my arm back really quickly and gashed it on some barbed wire. We were out for the day. I didn't even have access to plasters. I think I used like a leaf or something. It was bleeding so much, and if I'd have put this on it, then maybe it wouldn't have scarred, but that was about 4 years ago, and it's the biggest scar on my body. So yeah, basically this will stop pain and itchiness and hopefully prevent from scarring, so really useful to have in your first aid kit. And I have spent far too long talking about pain ointments. The final thing, another practical one, are the Tide pens. I hear so many people talking about these. I know that Fleur picked some up from Target as well. So you can use them on the road, pop one in your handbag, and if you get a mark on your clothing, you just use this pen to scribble over it and it gets rid of marks on your clothes. So basically a handbag essential. It helps remove fresh food and drink stains. Yeah, it's a stain remover in a pen for on the go, because let's be honest, most stains happen when you're on the go. If I'm at home and I stain something, I immediately take that item off and wash it, because the sooner you can get to a stain, the more likely you are to be able to get rid of it. But when you're on the go, you can't just take your dress off. I will, if I get something on my skirt at a restaurant, I will immediately excuse myself to go to the bathroom, try and wash it out with water, and then like stand under the hand dryer. I will always do that, but sometimes you just can't, you know, if you're on an airplane or something. So Tide pens. So there we go. These bits, the random bits and the beauty products, are what I purchased in America. I think that's everything that I got. I feel like there's probably something really obvious that I'm forgetting. I didn't purchase the Volvo, but I very much love it, and yeah, I would really, really like one. Anyway, I'm going to pop all these bits away. I'm going to take a couple of these Neosporins over to my mum, because she gets really painful cracks on her hands sometimes, and she loves it. And then I think we'll go and sit outside because it's sunny, and I'm going to fill you in on a few of the things that we learned from the survey that I asked you guys to fill out. Thousands of you did, so thank you so much, and congratulations to Lucy, who won the Dyson Airwrap. Had such a lovely conversation with Lucy. She's actually just completed a doctorate in psychology or physiology. She's just completed a doctorate in something very, very fascinating, and she said that she watched the videos as a little bit of a kind of stress relief at the end of the day after her studies, and it was really lovely chatting to her, and she won the Dyson Airwrap, so congratulations. Thank you to everyone else that entered. We will do more giveaways and fun things like that very, very soon. But anyway, I'm gonna pop these bits away and then we'll head outside. Okay, darlings, I just kind of wanted to come and sit outside and enjoy this glorious sunshine, and I'm going to do a little bit of flower picking. We've got some beautiful dahlias that need to be brought into the house, because at this time of year, always with dahlias, the more you pick them, the more they grow back. Like for every one that you pick, 2 will grow back, so it's really important to stay on top of it. But I just thought I would have a little debrief with you about the Fashion Mumbler survey that we did, as I mentioned inside. It's just lighting a bit crazy. Sorry about the, sorry if the noise of the water fountain is making you need a wee. I know that trickling noises can do that, but yeah, really, really interesting, the results of the survey. We just wanted to put the feelers out and check, I guess, that the content that we're creating is what you guys want to see. Was there anything that we were missing that a lot of you really loved? Anything that we're doing that you guys are not loving? So it was really interesting to see the results from that. Yeah, and I thought I would share a little bit of the insights with you. The first major takeaway is that there will always be a huge split. So for example, one of the questions was, what do you want to see more of? And then what do you want to see less of? And they were completely divided. So while half the people, for example, would say, I really love your fashion content, or I really love your gardening content, that's my absolute favorite. On the next question, where I was asking what you want to see less of, it would be the same. So the other half of people would say, I want to see less of your gardening content, or I want to see less of your fashion. And it was a real split. So I guess the number one thing to take away from it is you just can't please everyone. I just need to continue creating the content that I love and that I enjoy. It might make some people happy, it might be the kind of content that other people don't enjoy, but hopefully here on the channel you get a little bit of everything. A lot of people said, actually, one of the things that a few people said that they didn't love was Amazon. I'm sat here in an Amazon dress and Amazon sunglasses, but on the flip side, a lot of people also said that one of the things that they don't love the most is when I talk about super luxury pieces, because it's beyond your budget. So by talking about Amazon, I'm trying to present affordable options, and for the people that don't love Amazon, they probably love the luxury. So again, can't keep everyone happy, and I'll just continue to try and show a wide range of price points. It was very fascinating when we asked you guys what you would do if you were running my business, and a lot of ideas around products that you would launch if you were running my business, a lot of ways that you would change the structure of the videos. Again, some people were saying we love the long videos, do more of those, and a few people saying that they wanted shorter videos. So I think we might experiment with some shorter style videos in the future, just because we already do 3-hour-long videos in a week. It's quite a lot to keep up with. And one of the bits of feedback was that sometimes you just don't have time to keep up with it all. So maybe a few more shorter ones interspersed. And really fascinating when we asked, what substantial purchases have you made as a result of watching the content? A few people actually said houses in the Cotswolds, which is crazy. That's definitely the biggest thing that you could possibly be persuaded to buy as a result of watching the content. Sausage dogs, but then lots of things like a Thermomix or a Beautify subscription, or even a lot of mentions of the LED face mask. And what else was there? A lot of people, over 600 people, said that they had visited 𝑑𝒉𝒆 after watching our vlogs. And when it came to the brand association, we asked, what brands do you associate with us? 𝑑𝒉𝒆, Bamford, Monica Vinader randomly, that was a big one. What other ones? Vivo Barefoot, Adanola, Holland Cooper. These were all brands that you associate with us, and so many British brands, Barbour, Beaufort and Blake. So really, you know, it made me very happy and proud to see the kind of brands that you associate with us, and the kind of purchases that lots of you have made as a result of watching the videos. But the reason our team meeting about the survey results lasted 3 hours was because it just gave us so many ideas. We have got big plans for next year, things that are going to be changing for the business next year, and let's just say that your responses have given us a lot of food for thought, and we're going to be making a lot of changes and making a lot of adjustments based on your recommendations. So thank you. I know it was quite a meaty survey, and lots of you took a lot of time out of your mornings or your afternoons to complete it, but it was so worthwhile. And yeah, I can't wait to implement a lot of the things that you have inspired us to change. There's going to be some new series coming up, a slight tweak on some of our existing structures of content, and yeah, really exciting things happening around springtime next year. Some things that we already had in the pipeline, and some things which are now, you know, we're putting our foot on the gas, because the survey has kind of made us realize that yes, that is the right direction for our business. Because in this influencer world, you can't sit still. You've got to be evolving, adapting. We love the niche that we've carved out. You know, you think of the Cotswolds, you think of the English countryside, and you know, you hopefully think of our content. And there's not many people in this particular space, and we really want to hone in on that and amplify it even more. So yeah, really interesting. Thank you again for taking the time out to do it. I think I've done this entire chat with kale in my teeth. I just ate the last of those kale bites from Erewhon. So delicious. but boy oh boy do they stick in your teeth. Anyway, my battery is running on red, so I'm going to change the battery, and then I am desperate to attack these dahlias, get loads of them snipped, and there's lots of beans and courgettes that need harvesting because I was away for over a week. So yeah, lots of gardening jobs to be done. I can't believe how, oh, really interesting, because obviously I can see your demographics, like where you live, as in cities, but we actually asked in the survey how many, or do you live in the city, in the countryside, or in the suburbs? And interestingly, city was the smallest and countryside and suburbs were the two biggest. So lots of you have got gardens, which is great, because I was a little bit not worried, but I was thinking, gosh, I show so much gardening now, and I know that for people that live in a city apartment that would be completely unrelatable. I definitely want to create some content around little space gardening. If you've just got a windowsill, or if you've just got a veg box, or even an allotment, there's so much you can do to experience the joy of gardening. So I'm going to create some content around that, and loads of you loved the recipes, so more of those coming. In fact, we have literally just put live our macaroni cheese recipe blog post. I'll pop a preview of that up on the screen here, so save that down, and I'm also going to be sharing a reel of that probably maybe even today, the day this video goes live. So if you want to see a video that you can save and recreate my exact mac and cheese recipe, then head over to my Instagram and also to the blog. So more recipes coming your way in that kind of content, and also in the vlogs, and more recipes from Charlie. Well, my battery died mid-ramble, but I think that was probably a sign to move on. So I'm going to do my dahlia picking, getting them straight into some water, and also do a little bit of deadheading. We're kind of in the final month of flower season. There was a light frost apparently while I was away, so that did, it actually affected the courgette leaves more than anything else, but I just want to make the most of the flowers and pick them, bring them into the house so that I can enjoy their joy all the time. This is one of my favourite things to do down here in the cut flower garden. So yeah, let's pick some dahlias. Okay, I've got this amazing handful of the fabulous purple dahlias, which I'm going to put in a posy vase. This is going to go in the middle of my kitchen table. I've not done anything too creative here, but I don't think they need any faffing about really. They're just so gorgeous. Look at that giant pink one in the middle. This one is probably my favourite. And then another little posy vase full of the white ones with the little pink tips. I might pop something else in here, maybe some not eucalyptus, maybe some rosemary. So I'm going to get some vases for these, and that's only like a fraction of the flower beds, so I definitely need to bring down some more vases. Honestly, very few things in life make me as happy or as relaxed as just coming out here and picking flowers. How does nature create something that beautiful? Isn't that just amazing? Like, look at the detail on these dahlias. The colours are just so fun and optimistic. Dahlias don't have the best smell, that's the only thing, but to give that to someone, or to fill your house, your kitchen, your bedroom with blooms that you've grown from home. Yay! So I'm doing my rose deadheading, and a lot of you said when I'm doing the time lapses you want to know what I'm doing. So a little tip if you're pruning your roses, I know I have mentioned this before, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but at this time of year, when all of the top roses are finished, you want to cut down, not to here, but you want to cut down to the first leaf that has 5 leaves, so the first stem with 5 leaves, and that way this will either now go into hibernation for winter, ready to put the energy back into the body of the plant, or it might even grow some more roses. So you snip that entire bit off. But if your rose head has still got some buds on it like this, then you can cut it down just to 3 leaves. That's something that I learned quite recently, but it's a good little hack at this time of year when some of the roses are coming to the end. I was just thinking about on the survey with people having different sized gardens and reminiscing back to when we lived in Clapham. Our garden was probably realistically the size, maybe a little bit bigger than just one of my veg beds. That was how big our entire garden was. And Charlie and I would frequently, we would still garden every weekend, but we would maybe do half an hour to 45 minutes in the garden. And then we would sit back and we'd be like, we're done. And we would always say to each other, oh, isn't it amazing how much you can achieve in the garden in an hour? And it would be like, job done, ticked, there's nothing more that you can do. Whereas here, I've been out here for more than an hour and all I've done is pick some flowers and deadhead most of my roses. Not even all of my roses, just, okay, maybe a third of them. So it's the complete opposite here. It's amazing how little a dent you can make in your garden in an hour. We've obviously got lots of cut flower areas. The style of our garden is very wild, so there's just always more that can be done. But yeah, it certainly keeps me busy. I was just pondering about the difference in our London garden to our garden here. But anyway, I'm going to put this in the green bin for composting, and I'm going to do a little bit of harvesting now of my courgettes and my beans. This bra is awful. This is an M&S bra, and it's like a bandeau, but it just is around my waist most of the time. So sorry if I'm constantly adjusting. We are in very dappled lighting, but this is my harvest for today. I've got a really big handful of purple beans, which is great. A few _ʔ𝒄𝒄 beans. These didn't do that well this year. I think maybe they were just overcrowded by the other beans. So many runner beans, and this is what happens when you go away for just over a week, because they've got a bit crazy, and a few of my courgettes are looking a little bit gnarly. Very odd. Interestingly, I'll give you a little update as to how the garden is looking on this last week of summer. Next week, maybe even by the time you're watching this, it's officially autumn, which is crazy. But yeah, a few little updates. So I don't know if you can see here, can you see this? Here you can see the damage that the cold temperatures had on my courgettes, which is really sad to see, and I hope it doesn't affect the plant, because these two courgette plants in this bed, they did sweet FA, absolutely nothing all summer, and I was really sad, didn't get one single item from them. But now we have quite a few of these little lemon balls coming through. This is a lemon courgette. Quite a lot of them actually. The more you look, the more you find. One there, two there, quite a few over there. So I'm going to give it a feed and hope that with the temperature of the soil today and with the warmth we're hopefully going to have tomorrow, hopefully I might actually get something from this plant, because it'd be a real shame not to. This one's done quite well, my little patty pan. Again, you can see the leaves really damaged, but I'm hoping it's just the leaves because the stems still look quite healthy. Still so many beans growing on my bean support. This has been a really amazing structure to have this year. I think I've got way more beans as a result of having this space up on this structure. So if you've got the height, I mean, most gardens, height isn't such an issue, it's normally the space. And it's a great way of maximizing your growing space if you can grow things up instead of across. Next year I might try growing courgettes and pumpkins as climbers. One year I'd love to grow squash over this. That would just be so cool at this time of year. I definitely wish I'd done more pumpkins. I think every year I need to write myself some notes on like what I learned from that year's gardening. Maybe I'll make it a blog post. Let me know if you'd like to see that. What I learnt in my year of gardening 2024 and things I'll do differently next year. Next year I'll definitely grow more purple beans because you can just see them so much more easily than you can see the green beans, which are totally camouflage. I'll do the same amount of courgettes just because I absolutely love them. I will not plant any nasturtiums because they just drop their seeds absolutely everywhere and they're a pain in the butt. They get ginormous and they take over your entire bed. So do not plant nasturtiums in your beds. If I had my way, we would not have the raspberries in here, as you know, that's Charlie's thing, but I have to learn to compromise, I have to learn to share. Don't be afraid, by the way, to cut back your mint. Our mint was looking really leggy and just not very happy from a whole summer of us picking at it, and Charlie gave it a really harsh cut down. Everything was like little stems like this just before I went to California, and now we've got a bucket full of fresh mint. Number one thing with mint, never plant it with anything else in the bed because it will completely take over any container that it's in. So make sure it's in a completely separate container. Plant pots in the ground do not work, so don't bother with that. Completely different. Look, there's even a nasturtium here growing amongst my raspberries. You're a pain in the butt, nasturtiums. Kale, I think next year I'll build a proper structure to cover up my strawberries and my kales, because I love eating kale, and I want to be able to grow it a lot more than I do, but it just gets nibbled. My Russian, oh, I think it's gone. Well, I was going to say my purple Russian kale did quite well, but not that well. We are having our second flourish of summer tomato. Why do I always call them tomatoes? Summer strawberries. So I'm going to need to put the protection back on here so that Senor Squirrel doesn't get to them. My salad leaves have well and truly bolted. This is what happens when there's warm temperatures but not enough water and not picking them enough. The leaves would now be a little bit bitter, so you don't want your salad to bolt because the leaves will not be tasty. So I'm going to pull those up in a second. Yeah, that one is not looking happy. My one and only pumpkin. I don't know if this plant is still alive after the frost, I'm not sure. Got a few courgettes in here that I need to pick. I need to be more organised with my tomatoes next year, and ideally not go away for 3 weeks to Italy in the middle of summer, because that was really when the garden started to take over, and I've not actually been able to catch up ever since then. I've really been on the back foot since Italy, because we were just away for so long and so much grew in that time. So it's always wild and wonderful, but this year it's been wilder and even more wonderful than ever. Sweet peas in the flower bed I think is quite a nice idea. This one I just threw it in the ground very last minute, thinking, oh, you're left over, let's see if you do anything. And actually it's been really nice just having this little bit of colour here. Amazing that we still have sweet peas in mid to late September. So beautiful, these smell incredible. And I get my sweet peas, I think it's called Roger Parsons, is the grower that I buy my sweet pea seeds from. I think we've got a blog post on my favourite seeds, but if not, I'll probably share that again in around March next year. Herb beds are always a great idea. If you're growing herbs, then you need to remember that your soil needs to have grit in it, because it shouldn't have too much moisture in there. If you think about the climate that herbs normally grow in, it's quite dry. So you don't want your soil to be too nutritious. Whereas on the flip side, pumpkins, courgettes, gourds, they are very, very hungry vegetables. So nutritious soil. This has actually got the Atlantic kelp seaweed soil in it. You might remember I put seaweed soil in here that we were very kindly sent at the beginning of the year. Oh dear, I need to go and get Dickens. He loves to howl at anyone that dares to walk by his garden. Very naughty. Okay, I've done a very quick outfit change and we are heading for a Fashion Mumbler team dinner at Soho Farmhouse. I've popped on my fabulous, I think this is probably my favourite new autumn piece in my wardrobe, this skirt. I think I first showed it to you in my autumn trends video, but I'll leave it linked down below. I absolutely love it. There's something a little bit, I don't know if it's the right thing to say, it's a little bit pagan. I don't know, that's just a word that came to mind. And we're very much in the sleeveless knit season when it's still quite warm, but we want to wear knitwear. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 handbag. I haven't done the switch over with my 𝑦SL yet, but that will come. And cowboy boots, a nod to the Western trend. I think this is going to be my favourite outfit of the day mirror moving forward. We used to have a bit of furniture here, which made it not so good, but that has now gone. So here we go, new outfit of the day spot. I'm probably going to pop my Barbour jacket on over my shoulders. And before we go, I'm going to very quickly send up the drone because the tractor is ploughing the field outside our bedroom window and it's really cool to watch. So I'll leave you with that while we head to the farmhouse.